for this afternoon, as I've said, we will be discussing naman methods of section. Okay, according to the methods of section, itong methods of section is particularly useful to determine forces in specific members without analyzing the entire truss. Unlike some methods of joints, we are actually evaluating each joint, no? And we start with the joint with at most two unknowns and then systematically mamumove tayo from joint to joint. Dito sa methods of section, if kapag very specific yung hinahanap natin na force, no? So, very specific member yung hinahanap pa natin ng force. So, methods of section yung magiging appropriate method for that. The principle behind this methods of section is basically we will be using those three equilibrium equations. So, kung sa methods of joints, we only use itong summation of forces along x and summation of forces along y. Dito sa methods of section, we will additionally include itong summation of moment at any point equal to 0. So since three equilibrium equations are available, we can now solve for up to three unknown members. Okay? Then ano ba yung magiging procedure natin? So first, you need to calculate the support reaction. Okay. Hanapin nyo muna yung zero force member. Kapag nahanap nyo na, then you can start calculating the support reactions. Then after which, pass an imaginary section cutting through not more than three unknown members dapat, no? Isolate one part of the truss depende sa kung ano yung pinapahanap. Then apply the equilibrium equation, yung tatlo, ano? And take moments of a point to eliminate unknowns when possible. So most of the time sa methods of section, yung moment ang magagamit natin. Summation of moment at a certain point. Okay? So let's start uh, solving some problem. Okay, we'll start with problem number 1. Okay, determine the force in the member CF. Etong etong member na to, ito. So, hanapin doon natin yung force dyan. Okay, indicate whether the member is in tension or compression. Assume each member is pin connected. So, each member, ito, member CF is nakapin yan dito sa CG, CF, and BC. Same thing din dito. Nakapin yan. Okay? So, we need to solve for the value of the force here. Now, so nakikita nyo, meron na ditong imaginary curve which is passing through these members. So, by passing through this line, no, we can have two separate section. Etong section na to, galing dito papunta dito, okay? So, we can call it section A. Then, we also have this, galing dito na section, papunta dito. So, we have a section B. Okay. Mamili lang kayo dyan, no, which section will be or which section you will be using. As for me, so mas madali itong section B kasi konti lang yung mga members na mai-evaluate natin. Okay, take note that we are only evaluating the member or the force at the member CF lang. So, very specific yan, no? So, we can try to draw the free body diagram after cutting through a imaginary curve or line, no? Ito. So, we have here, let me just draw this. So, meron tayong member FG. Okay, etong member na to. And then, we have here our member, yung unknown, FC or CF. Pwede lang din. And then, meron tayo dito. Member FD, ito yon. And then, tsaka meron tayong nakat dito. Okay, that is member CD, no? Ito, that's CF yan. And then, meron din tayong 3 kilonewtons dito. And then, meron din tayong member FE dito. Tsaka, since we have here a roller, no? Roller to. So, we'll be expecting, okay, one support reaction for that. So, we can call that EY. Okay, we can call that EY. Now, sabi ko kanina that most of the time, kapag methods of section, okay, ang magagamit talaga is yung summation ng moment. Okay. But first, we need to determine saang member dito yung sa tingin natin is a zero force member. Okay. Eto, wala man itong force dito. So, therefore, this is a zero force member. Eto, meron man to dito. Meron tayong external force applied at this joint. So, may force yan na sinusupport. So, eto lang yung magiging, ito lang yung uh, member na walang sinusupport, or that is considered to be a support, a zero force member. Sorry. Now, we just need to solve for the values ng mga reactions. So, pwede tayong, since we are only considering ng section B, kukunin na natin yung value ng EY. To do that, we can sum up the moment at point A, no? Kukunin muna natin yung value ng EY. So, by summing up the moment at point A, assuming positive clockwise, equate that to 0. Ano ba yung mga forces involved? Okay. We have here EY, no? EY, that would become negative, no? And 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, yan yung magiging perpendicular distance niya. Okay, so that is 16. Okay. Aside from that, we have here 5 kilonewtons. So 5 kilonewtons ito, then that is clockwise, no? And that is 8 kilonewtons, 8 meters pala, sorry, with respect to A. Okay, plus ito din 3 kilonewtons, and that is 12 meters away from A. Okay, we don't have any more forces, so this is our equation. Then equate that to 0. Okay, kindly give me the value of our EY, everyone.
4.75,
4.75
sir.
That is equivalent sa 4.75
70.
kilonewtons. Okay, that is our EY. Now, so gawin natin dito is that we will be substituting this to 4.75. Since that is positive, so yung assumption natin na paitaas yung EY is correct. Tama ba? Okay, that is for 4.75 kilonewtons. Now, again, we need to solve for the value of CF. So, what do you think? What do you think? Pwede natin gawin, class, to solve for the value of CF. Sige daw, I just want to see if ano ba yung magiging atake nyo dito. Hello? Ano ba possible natin magiging atake dito, class?
dili ba siya to unknown, sir?
Ah, pwede tayong okay,
Summation of forces at ano?
summation of
Y?
forces along what? Along Y. So, makukuha
Opo.
natin yung CF, no? Pero meron tayong unknown din sa CFG, no? And then, kung magsusummation tayo ng forces along X, tatlong unknowns din yun, di ba?
Opo.
So, actually, pwede ganun. Pero may isang mas madali na process dito. So,
Mag-moment sa F, sir?
okay. Kung magmo-moment tayo sa F, okay, makukuha natin yung CD. That's correct naman. Okay? Pero, that would require additional step, no? Pag makuha natin yung CD, then using summation of forces along X, along Y, makukuha natin yung dalawang ano na FG and CF. That is applicable kapag yung kukunin natin ng mga forces, itong FG, CF at CD, no? Pero
Sir, mag-moment, what if, sir, mag-moment sa G para makancel ang F to G tapos makuha ang CF?
CD, CD, you mean? Okay. Actually, there are there are tawag nito. There are plenty of ways on how you can solve this one, no? Pwede yung sinabi nyo, magmo-moment tayo dito para makuha natin yung CD, and then we can sum up the forces along X and along Y, no? Meron tayong basically two equations with FG and CF as our unknown, then mode 2 equation tayo dyan. Tama ba? To solve for the values of unknowns, okay, ng FG at CF. But again, yung CF lang yung kukunin natin ng value kasi yan lang yung pinapahanap. But there is also another way for this one, no? Solve this one. Okay. Basically, we need to think outside the box. So, what I mean with outside the box, literally, okay, we need to think outside the truss. Okay. Pwede tayong magawa ng projection dito. Okay. This is how I do it, ha. Pwede tayong magawa ng projection dito. And as well as, magawa din tayo ng projection dito. Okay. Ito, magawa tayo ng projection dito. Sorry. Okay. Actually, pwede ko na lang to siguro i-erase, no? Ito na lang siguro yung gagamitin natin. So, this is 4.75 kilonewton. Again ha, itong section lang kukunin natin, itong section na B. Yan. So, we can say this is point O. Okay? Now, we have here a what? This first triangle, or right triangle yan, class. And the second triangle, eto yun, second triangle. Now, we need to solve for the value of the length here. Okay, galing dito sa point T, papuntang point O. We need to solve for the value of that. Now, using similar triangles, basically, i-draw ko lang yung triangles, no? So, OFD, no? Meron tayong OFD, so that is 4, eto dito, plus X, eto yan. And then, eto, di ba that is equivalent sa 4? So, this one is 4 also. Now, i-draw natin tong malaking triangle. Okay, drawing yung malaking triangle, we have here X. Okay, X dito. And then we had here 4 and 4. Basically 8 yan, no? And then etong na length is equivalent sa 2 plus 4, which is 6. Okay? Now, we can use the similar triangle to solve for the value of x. Basically, etong unang smaller triangle, so that is 4 plus x, yung base niya, tsaka over yung height niya. Equate natin yan dito sa base ng malaking triangle. And then, over sa height ng malaking triangle. So, we have here 4 plus x. Okay, multiply natin yan by 6. So, bali cross multiply natin yan. So, we have here 4 plus 4, that is 8, plus x, no? And then, multiply natin yan by 4. Okay? Now, we have here 6 times 4, which is 24, plus 6 times x, that is 6x. Equivalent yan sa 4 times 8, which is 32, plus 4 times x, which is 4x. Okay? We just need to solve for the value of x. So basically, we can transpose this one. Magiging 6x minus, okay, 4x, equivalent sa 32 minus 24. Eto, this is equivalent sa 8. Okay, then dito, we have 2x. Therefore, yung x pala is equivalent sa 4. So, etong part na to, pala class, is equivalent sa 4. So, bakit natin yan kukunin, no? Bakit natin yan kukunin? Kasi, if we will be summing up the moment, no? Itong moment sa point O, if we will be summing up the moment at point O, equate that to 0, clockwise to be positive. So, basically, i-draw ko lang ulit yung i-draw ko lang ulit yung diagram. Okay? Or free body diagram. Okay? Hold on, ha. Hold on for a while. Okay? Ayan. I-draw ko lang ulit yung ha. Okay, ito yan, no. So, we have here F. Dito yung F natin. Okay? And then, as I've said, meron tayo ditong G, no? FG. Then dito, CF, yung pinapahanap. At saka dito na part, okay, dito na part, ito dito, we have here yung DC or CD na lang. Okay, CD. Now, dito yung basically meron tayong ganito. Okay, ha? Hold on. Meron tayong ganito. So, dito yung basically yung point E natin. So, from here, that is 4. Then, nakuha naman natin yun from point O. Ito yung point O, that is 4 also, no? Okay. Now, so, ang gawin natin dito is that we can sum up the moment at point O. So, basically, itong FG, okay, sorry, meron pa pala itong 3 kilonewtons. So, meron pa tayong 3 kilonewtons here, no? 3 kilonewtons. At meron din tayong force dito, E, which is 4.75. Okay, kung magmo-moment tayo sa point O, which is nakuha na natin yung distance, no, from point E, that is 4. Kung magmo-moment tayo sa point O, equate that to 0, positive is clockwise. Ang mangyayari kasi, etong CD, okay, matouch niya niyan ang point O. So, meaning to say, it will have no moment. yung FG, matouch din yun niya yung point O. So, it will have no moment also. So, ano lang yung may moment? Yung CF, yung 3, at saka yung 4.75. Correct ba? So, makukuha na natin yan. Yung, makukuha na natin dyan yung CF. Now, kukunin muna natin yung angle dito. Angle dito. Okay, ditong angle. So, basically, this angle in here, no? To solve for that angle, okay, yung angle, that is arctan, opposite, ano yung opposite side? Ito, ano yung opposite side? 4. Then, yung adjacent side, also 4. So, di ba? So, we have here tangent of 4 over 4. Kindly give me the value, class.
45,
This
sir.
is 45 degrees, no?
45, sir.
So, basically, i-resolve natin yung components nito. We have here this component. So, CF cosine 45 yan. And also, wait, hold on FC sine 45. And also, this component papunta dito. Uh, kasi ang mangyayari nito, this is also 45, no? So, component niya dito. Okay, that is FC sine 45. Wherein yung FC sine 45, matatouch din niya yung point O. So, ano lang yung may component, may moment na component, yung CF cosine 45. So, with that, makukuha na natin yung CF. So, basically, yung CF will have a counterclockwise direction, magiging negative yan, CF cosine 45. And then, yung perpendicular distance niya is 4 plus 4, which is 8. Tama ba? And also, we have here itong 3, which is negative din yan. 3 times 8 pa rin. Okay, eto. And then, lastly, we have here positive 4.75. That is 4 with respect to O. Okay, wala na tayong moment dyan, so equate to 0. Kindly give me the value now for the CF. Wait, sir.
Negative.
Negative 0.88.
Hold on, wait. 0 point.
88.
Negative, sir.
Wait. Hold on. Parang may mali. Sandali lang, class, ha. Okay, mali talaga. Mali pala. Okay. Eto, hindi pala yan sin 45 dyan. Kasi, ang sin 45, dapat dito lang na part, no? Ganyan. Ito yung dapat sin 45. So, meron pa pala yung sin 45. Sandali lang, ha. So, tama ba, class? So, kung ito 45, di ba? Dapat ito 90, no? Ito yan 90. So, kung ito, sorry. So, ito yung force na pinapahanap, no? So, kung ito 45, yan. So, also, meron din pala siyang meron siyang component na horizontal, which is CF sin 45. And that has also, moment. Mag-moment din yan, which is also negative. So, let me just correct, no? So, meron din pala siyang moment. Itong FC sin 45. Okay? Ito, cosine 45 man yan. Ito, sin 45. Hindi yun along this one, no? So, basically, wrong yung sinabi ko kanina na it will intersect at point O. So, yung F sin 45, ito yun. So, ano yung distance niya dito? Galing sa point O. So, that is 4. So, meron pa to dito. So, add natin to dito, ha. Basically, dito yan. Negative din yan, no? CF sin 45. And that is times 4, no? Okay, minus ito. Correct na to. So, kindly give me the value of CF. Ito, correct na to, class.
Negative
Zero.
0.589 or 59.
Negative 0.589 kilonewton. So, that is negative. Therefore, ang tamang sagot nito is 589 kilonewton. And that is compression. So, yan yung tamang sagot dito. Okay? I hope na nakuha nyo, no? Basically, ano lang to, kukunin na natin yung value ng x, no? Sorry. Kunin na natin yung value ng x, then we'll take the moment in here, para makuha natin directly yung CF. Kasi yung CD at saka FG will have no moment, no? If we will take a moment, at if we will be taking the moment at point 2. Although, pwede naman yung sinabi nyo, basically, kukunin natin yung moment dito, and then we'll get CD, and then afterwards, we sum up the moment, the forces along X and along Y, then we have two equations, two unknowns, makuha natin yung FG simultaneously with CF. So, pwede naman, that is particularly helpful if kukunin natin yung values ng C, FG, CF, at saka CD. Okay, pwede nyo din i-try yun, no? If you want lang to prove na similar lang din yung makukuha. Okay? So, but with this one, are we clear with this one? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gusto ko lang dito i-point out, no, na pwede tayong mag-go beyond the plane truss. Okay. Or yung main figure natin. So, we'll get an imaginary point outside the plane truss. So, yan sinasabi ko na you think outside the plane truss. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Sample problem 2 tayo. Determine the force in the member EB. Member EB, eto yun. Kukunin natin yung force dito daw. Okay, dito na force. Of the roof truss shown, indicate whether the member is in tension and compression. So, nakikita nyo naman, meron na tayong parang dalawang cut, no? Pwede to class, kasi kapag mag-cut tayo dito, yung free body diagram natin, mangyayari niyan. So, sa point A tayo, no? Mag-cut tayo dito. So, basically, we have here the 1,000, no? And then, we have here the FE, no? And then, we have here our unknown, which is yung EB. And then, lastly, yung eto. So, ED. Yan yung mga unknowns. So, tatlong unknowns yan, no? Tatlong unknowns yan. And we just need to solve for the value of EB. Now, bago natin makukuha yung value ng FEB, we need either to solve for the value of this one, either ED or FE, no? Pero dito na problem, makukuha natin directly yung value ng ED. Okay. To do that, eto yun, magka tayo dito ng plane prior to this one. Okay. So basically, if we will cut through this plane, no, or through this section, meron tayong itong section at meron din tayong yung upper section. So gagamitin natin yung lower section para makuha natin yung ED. So gawa lang ako ng bagong free body diagram. So we have here our EB, eto dito na part, and then we have here our C, no? C, meron tayong 200 dyan. And then, meron tayo ditong kay D, and then, ganyan. Okay, hold on, ha. So, meron tayong dito. Okay, yan. Meron tayong D dito. And then, dito. Okay, that is equivalent sa equivalent yan sa 1,000 din. Aside from that, meron din tayo dito, no? Meron din tayong dito, BA or AB. Okay, pwede na yan, BA. Tsaka, lastly, ito. Okay, meron din tayong BF. Now, target natin is to solve for the value of ED para magamit natin later dito. So, which do you think tayo magmo-moment para makuha natin yung ED? Where do you think, class?
C.
Ha?
Sa B, sir.
Sabi, sir.
Okay, we can take the moment at point B kasi itong mga unknowns na to will have no moment. So, only yung ED lang yung may moment, no? Okay? So, we need to also determine yung angle nito. Okay. Remember, this one is ito yung angle, ha. Kukunin natin yung angle ng ED. So, with respect to the horizontal. So, basically, kung gagawa tayo ng horizontal dito, ito yung angle na kukunin natin. So, we can use the triangle, no? So, obviously, ito yon the base, which is 2 meter yan. Then, ano ito? Okay, ano ito? Wala tayong height, di ba? May height ba tayo, class?
Dili ba magamit ng 30 nga ano, sir?
Okay, ito 30, no? Ito 30 din ito, di ba? So kung 30 yan, okay, 30 ito, 30 ito, of course this one is also 30. So tama naman. So basically, ito na part dito, class, ito, kung gawa tayo ng imaginary line. Okay. Correct yan, correct. Yung sa imaginary line, magawa tayo ng imaginary horizontal axis. This one is also 30. So makukuha na natin yung ano, yung horizontal component, no, along this line, tapos yung vertical component. Okay. So we can now take the moment at point B, no? Sum up the moment at point B. Equate that to 0. Positive yung magiging clockwise natin. So, obviously, yung ED, no? Ito na horizontal component will have a counterclockwise as well as its vertical component. So, that is negative lahat. Negative ED. Yung unahin, kunin natin yung sa horizontal. That is cosine of 30. Then, yung distance niya, galing dito sa point B. So, ito yung perpendicular distance. Ano to, class? If this is 2, this is 30. So, makukuha natin yung value dito using tangent of 30 equivalent sa opposite, yung unknown natin. Ito. Let's say, for example, that is height. Okay. All over 2. Kindly give me the value of our height. So, diba, that is 2 tangent 30. So, ito lang siguro, no? Gamitin natin. So, we have here 2 tangent 30. Okay. And then, minus ED din. Then, that is sine of 30. Ito. Yan. And with respect to B, that is equivalent sa 2. Okay, so that is perpendicular niyan is 2. And then, lastly, meron tayong 2,000. So, that is counterclockwise. Kaya, negative din yan, no? Meron pa pala tayong 1,000 dito. Meron tayong 1,000 dito, ha? Okay, that is along ng yung vertical component. So that is positive kasi clockwise yung magiging direction niya, no? So that is positive 1,000 and that is also 2 meter from point B. Okay? And lastly, itong 2,000, that is negative 2,000 kasi magiging counterclockwise yan. And that is 4 meters from point B. And equate that to 0, makukuha na natin yung value ng ED. Can you give me everyone the value of ED?
Negative 3,000, sir.
Okay, negative 3,000. Okay, negative 3,000 Newton. So, since that is negative, therefore, that is 3,000 pala compression. But that is not our answer kasi yung tanong is yung EB. Pero yan yun, magagamit natin yan to solve for the value of EB. Now, using using this parang section na to, parang nagjo-joint method tayo dito, class, no? Okay. Parang nagjo-joint method tayo dito. Basically, in-isolate natin yung etong section na to. Okay. So, let me just copy this one, no? Copy natin to. Lagay natin dito. Considering that yung ED natin, may value na yan, which is 3,000. Okay. And since that is compression, so we need to say papunta yan dito, no? So, yan na yung magiging value niyan. 3,000 and a direction. Now, remember, no? 30 yung degrees. So, kung 30 to dito, class, most likely 30 din ito. Tama ba? So, this one right here is also 30. Now, kung 30 to dito, also, this one right here is also 30. Okay? So, ito, 30 din. Correct ko lang, ha? So, this one is 30 degrees. And this one also is 30 degrees. Now, we can start with, since yung EB natin is along the vertical, and itong FE is along vertical and along horizontal, dalawa yan, may component yan. So, we can start with summation of forces along X para makuha natin yung FE, no? So, equate that to 0. Positive yung magiging direction natin for positive yung for right, no? So, therefore, yung FE is negative yan. Negative FE, that is cosine of 30. Okay, add natin yan. So, itong 3,000, that is negative also kasi going in the right direction. cosine of 30 din yan ulit. And then that is equivalent to 0. Tama ba? So what is the value of our FE? Also,
Negative 3,000.
negative
3,000 gapon, sir,
3,000 din.
negative.
Compression din yan
Negative
kasi
10,000, sir.
as you can observe, symmetrical lang yung symmetrical lang yung thrust natin, no? So, dapat same din yung magiging force ng EF at saka ng ED. Okay? Now, therefore, if that's the case, no, we can now proceed to summing up the forces along y equate that to 0. Yung positive, pataas, no? So, therefore, we have here negative 1,000. Ito yon pababa. Then, yung EB natin na pinahanap. And then, yung mga vertical component ng FE at saka yung 3,000. So, since that is like a compression, so correct na natin yung direction, papunta yan dito. Okay, kaya yung FE natin is 3,000 also. So, lahat yan sila is positive, no? Paitaas. So, positive 3,000. Okay, 3,000. And that is sine 30. Actually, pwede lang tayo mag-multiply ng 2, no? Kasi parehas naman sila, pero baka malito kayo. So, we have here also 3,000 sine 30 degrees. Okay? Equate that to 0. Makukuha na natin yung value ng
2,000.
EB. Anong value ng EB?
2,000.
That is equivalent sa 2,000. Positive ba?
2,000.
Positive?
Yes, sir. Positive,
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
so
sir.
that is
Yes,
correct.
sir.
Okay, that is correct na tension yung assumption natin. So therefore, yung sagot pala dito is 2,000 Newton. And that is 10